This is Bruce Boudreau, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks Commentary Live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Wednesday, May the 24th, and my main question to you is, did you miss me? Did you miss me? Because I missed you. I think the last time I streamed was last Tuesday, May the 16th, because May 17th was the night that was the day that my Gail and the kids left, and I left that night on the red eye. So I don't think I've streamed since the 16th, and I think the only two vlogs I've done since then were Toronto-centric vlogs emanating from the Hockey Hall of Fame. So thank you for those of you that say you miss me and mean it. Thank you. For those of you that say that you miss me and you don't mean it, thank you. I'm not here to judge, but I did indeed miss you, and I'm looking forward to getting back to somewhat regular streams. I even had to miss Canucks After Dark. Usually we miss because either Parker is busy or one of us is sick, but no, this one just couldn't make it work with the time change. So I am back. You guys are back. I have so much to get into, so let's do my usual intro. Moderators, do what you need to do. Members, that's Legends, Hall of Fame, and franchise members, thanks to all of you for your support as always, and to all of you, no matter where you're watching from, whether my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, lower mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you for being here. You know that I don't take you for granted. You know that I know that you could be doing anything else, watching anyone else, getting ready for work, school, or bed, or all three, but the fact that you are here, I always appreciate you, and I never take you for granted. So these are all the ways that you can get involved. Subscribe so you can get my videos every single day, and so you can get active in the chat section. Like the video. It helps me out a lot, and I like the fact that you like these videos. You can leave a donation that a certain legend, legendary Lucas Gates, just did. So let's honor him and recognize him. So thank you to the legend himself, legendary Lucas Gates, who gets the donation train out of the station. Welcome back, Clay. Thank you, Lucas. Like, sub, and become a member. I couldn't have said it any better myself. So let's give some love to Lucas in the chat. Thank you, Lucas. And yes, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation like Lucas just did. You can become a member. You can upgrade your membership, and you can definitely donate memberships as well. Donating a membership is a $5 donation, so I appreciate that. And then that person gets to be a franchise member for a month on your coin. So thanks to all of you for your support. Jack says he made $13,000 betting on the Panthers. Well, Jack, congratulations. That's if that's true, and I don't see why it wouldn't be. That is pretty amazing. I should have given you some money to bet for me, but I appreciate you. I also appreciate another legend, legendary Carol Bovenlander, coming in with the $5.50 donation as well, same as Lucas. It seems like that's the amount of the night. So thank you, Carol. Let's give Carol some love. Hi, Clay. Welcome back. Nice to see you. Nice to see you too. How was my trip? My trip was great. I'll talk about that in a second. So I got a lot to get through, and I'm going to try and honor as many of your messages, definitely in the second half. But of course, I'll highlight member messages and donations for the first half. So this is what I'm going to try and get through in the next 15 or 20 minutes. I'm going to talk about my trip, of course, but I'll save that for the end. Talk about the Stanley Cup playoffs. Talk about Vitaly Kravtsov. Talk about my visit to Rogers Arena and some news for you about seats. And then I'll talk about my trip, and then I'll give it. Then I will turn it over to you for a good 20 minutes afterwards. Jack, I had them in the finals at the start of the playoffs. Put in 1,300. Okay, so you put in 1,300 at 100 to 1, and you're going to get 13,000. If they win, though, or they just have to make it to the Stanley Cup finals, and you've won. So have you won that 13 grand, or do they still have to win the Stanley Cup? And of course, Jack, if that's the case, I'm certainly hoping that they do indeed win the Stanley Cup. No, Jay, tonight will not be a longer stream. I'm gonna, because I started at 10:30. I mean, because I started 11, not at 10:30. I still have a lot of work to catch up on. So we're not doing the games tonight. Gonna save that for Sunday's streams. But I won't be rushing off tonight. That's for sure. But I'm not also planning to play the games tonight, if that makes the sense. Makes sense. Well, Jack, all they had to do was make the finals, and you made your money. So congratulations. That is a good bet. That is awesome. I am very happy for you. Slightly jealous, but mostly happy for you. That is great. So let's get to, yeah, you're right. A lot has happened. Of course, there's all the Toronto Maple Leaf stuff, the Shanahan, the Dubas stuff. I was actually in Ontario when all that was going down. There's the Calgary stuff, hiring Craig Conroy and Dave Nonis, former Canucks GM. There's, of course, what's happening on the ice, and that's really what I want to get to. I asked you, what's the most surprising thing about the playoffs between the two series? Is it that the Panthers swept the Hurricanes, or is it that Vegas is on the verge of sweeping Dallas? They might not sweep them, but they're on the verge of it. And they're basically 75% of you said the fact the Panthers swept the Hurricanes. So yes, Florida, I not just me, obviously Jack did as well, and others. Well, Jack actually called it prior to the playoffs starting. As soon as Florida dismantled Boston, I had a feeling they were going to get through Toronto. And you might remember I actually predicted them to defeat Carolina. And I don't know how you can bet against them now, if whether they play against Vegas or Dallas, likely Vegas. But Matthew Tkachuk is a man on a mission. Sergei Bobrovsky is playing well. They play with a lot of aggression, as you saw Bennett's hit on Slavin. So there's just a lot going on. I'm not sure what Barkov's status is. He didn't play today, right? So, but overall, Florida looks very, very strong. And I'm not sure if Vegas or Dallas will be able to stop them. Although Vegas is playing very well in dismantling Dallas. So I think I said Panthers in 7, and I said Vegas in 6. I can't remember. Maybe I have them reversed. All I know is I certainly didn't have it Florida in 4. So that has been very, very impressive. Very impressive. Very surprising too. And just a couple of things I want to highlight here. Ryan, let you know I love your work and listen to all your podcasts. However, I live in Alberta. Have you at 5 a.m. so I missed the streams. No, that's awesome, Ryan. Not awesome you missed it. Awesome that you took the time to comment. Thank you, and God bless you too as well. Shannon, yes, IC did write to me and say that he saw you again. He flirted with going with his real name, but I will not divulge that until he says I can. But yes, that is awesome that you saw IC, and he mentioned that as well because he was happy to see you for sure. So Rosie is saying that Barkov did play. I did not know that. Oh yeah, he did, and played 22 minutes. So never mind. Thank you for that, Rosie. And then, wow, let's highlight this one because this is a big one for sure. Alfred comes through with the big $30 donation. Amazing, Alfred. Welcome back to Vancouver. Panthers making history as we speak. Second final appearance in team history, and also second wildcard seeded team to make the finals after Nashville in 2017. Yeah, they are certainly making history. Like I said, can't bet against them. And thank you very much for that donation, Alfred. Very generous of you. Let's give some love to Alfred for sure. Harry, I'll get to the seats in a second. You might have missed my intro. I will get to that in about 5 or 6 minutes or so. But I definitely will talk about it because that was a big part of my night. So again, Florida dismantles the Carolina Hurricanes. I haven't watched the highlights yet because I was at Rogers Arena all night. I'll talk about that in a second. But very surprised that it was a sweep. Not surprised that Florida won, but surprised it was a sweep. On the other side, the Western Conference, I did pick Vegas over Dallas. Again, I can't remember if I said 6 or 7, but certainly not surprised here. Dallas and Jamie Benz, what a goof. He called it a landing point. That Mark Stone's jaw was a landing point for his stick. Well, I think someone should make Jamie Benz's head a landing point, given that horrible explanation. Suspended, was it 3 games? 2 games? Suspended 2 games. and he missed the most of last night's game. So in essence, it's not a 3-game suspension; it's a 2-game suspension. But he might not even get back into the series. I'm not sure if Vegas is going to finish it off, but I'm sure Florida wants Vegas and Dallas to beat each other up for a while before one of them advances to the finals to meet the Panthers. So pretty interesting stuff there that Vegas could sweep Dallas tomorrow, and then we'll have 2 conference finals ending in sweeps. Would be quite surprising. Interesting stuff there for sure. Okay, so let's get to that's the Stanley Cup. So we could have a finals, I guess, start as early. Vegas wins tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday. Maybe the final. I'm not sure if they've released the schedule yet. I don't know if they would start on Saturday or Sunday already, or give the teams a couple more days in between. Maybe they have it set already that if they both end in 4, but they allowed up to 7, 2 weeks for a 7-game series. Maybe so. The Stanley Cup Finals could start as early as Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, if they want to just skip a day between tomorrow night's game, if it's a win, or of course, if Dallas beats Vegas, it could go anywhere from Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all the way down to another week from now, if it does indeed go 4 more games. Crazy stuff. Now I'm going to talk about Vitaly Kravtsov. Vitaly Kravtsov, as you'll recall, is a former number 1 draft pick, drafted by the New York Rangers in 2018 in the first round, 9th overall, just 2 picks later than Quinn Hughes, who was picked at number 7. So picture that. Kravtsov was picked number 2 picks later than Quinn Hughes. So keep that in perspective. We traded for him back on, what day is it here? On February 25th. We traded for him from the Rangers, and we sent Will Lockwood, and a 7th round pick in the 2026 draft. And most people at that time said that it wasn't really. Oh, sorry, as I was looking to what I was going to talk about next, I missed a huge donation by Carol, and I apologize, Carol. So the legendary Carol Bovelander gifts 5 memberships, which is amazing. That's the equivalent of a $25 donation, and 5 people get to experience franchise membership. And I think all of these people have been a franchise member before, so maybe I got to do a better job of keeping them. But I know actually Kempner's new. So welcome back, Taylor, Rosario, SMW, and Jack. And I think that Kempner is new. Rev Trev of Kempner Canucks. Make sure you subscribe to him and follow his content. But welcome all of you to membership. So welcome to all of you. And let's give a big thanks to Carol in the chat. Very, very generous of you, as always, Carol. Now, Vitaly Kravtsov, we traded Will Lockwood and a 7th round pick. At the time, people were saying that's fine. It's fine because Lockwood didn't seem like he was going to be an impact player with the Canucks. 7th round pick really doesn't make a big difference in the big scheme of things. And you're willing to take a chance on Vitaly Kravtsov, a top 10 pick in 2018, maybe needed a change of scenery. Well, he got his change of scenery again because it sounds like he's signed with a team in Russia for the next 2 years. If the Canucks send him a qualifying offer, he's a restricted free agent, meaning we have all the rights still. We will likely qualify him just in case he does very well in Russia, just in case he wants to return to the NHL, and then the Canucks would have the rights to him as a player. So that's what I expect to happen, is for the Canucks to qualify Kravtsov, even though Kravtsov will likely play in the KHL for 1, if not 2 years. And then when he's ready to come back, if he does come back, we will have first dibs on him. He'll be, in essence, Canucks property. Now, he has a lot of skill, but not a lot of grit. And so I'm not sure if he's Rick Tockett's kind of player. Rick Tocchet likes north-south guys, i.e. skate up and down the ice, as opposed to east-west guys skate across the ice. And in 16 games here, Kravtsov barely noticed him. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. So he had 2 points in 16 games. Prior to that, he had 10 points in 48 career games with the Rangers. So not a lot going on. Only 12 points in 64 games. so far. And again, drafted 5 years ago, the same year that Quinn Hughes was drafted. So I don't think that there was a lot. I don't think there's a big loss here. There wasn't much of a risk in who we traded away for him, Will Lockwood, because he was never going to make our lineup. And he got a decent look in those 16 games that he got. And maybe he comes back to the Canucks, but maybe not. And I don't think that the Canucks are going to be that worse off without him, especially with the glut that they have at the wing position right now. So once again, Vitaly Kravtsov likely to be gone to the KHL for at least the next year, if not the next 2 years. Okay, a couple more things. Oh, I got to start saying okay. Harry asked about this. So today I went to my my season ticket relocation night. So we do this every year for season ticket holders, and we have a chance to switch seats if we want to. And I will show you a tweet that I sent out, and I'll probably make a video about it actually after I'm done here tonight. So hopefully you can see this on your screen. And I said, here's the scoop. Actually, I'll make it a little bit bigger so you can see it. I said, here's the scoop. Row 7. Okay, actually, I should show you what we're looking at first. So that is taken from the glass, looking up at section 117. So basically, it's 8 cushion seats, 8 cushion seats, 8 cushion seats, 6 cushion seats. This is row 10, 9, 8, 7. So what you're looking at, it's 30 black cushioned seats. 30 in this side of row 17. So there's going to be 30 more on the other side of row 17 to make a total of 60 cushion seats. You can see them here again. Here's the 8, here's the 8, here's the 8, there's 6. And then there's another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another 10 black seats on this side, but you can tell they're not as nice. They don't have the cushions. They don't have the cup holder. So, and that fills out the rest of section 117. And then the next picture you see is they're working on an exclusive entranceway here for these VIP seats. And then I also learned, like I think Lucas and others have said in here, that there's going to be a new Jumbotron next season as well. So let me explain what's going on here. Rows 7 through 10 in 117, so what you see here, will be the new VIP seating, a total of 60 seats. There's an access to a fancy restaurant underneath the seats, and you can, kind of like you see, I think it's in Edmonton, where there's a restaurant, and then the players walk right through the middle, not through the middle of the restaurant, but you can look at them through the glass kind of thing. And then there's a dedicated entrance for VIPs only, that is this one, and then you have access to all events in the arena, hockey and concerts. And then I also said right after that as well that the first 10 rows in section 117, as well as half of 116 and half of 118, will have new black seats. But the bigger VIP seats will be in section 117, 12 in row 7, 16 in row 8, 9, 10 for the total of 60. That's kind of what I talked about right at the start. So the only thing that I'm not sure of, I was told that rows 1 through 10 in those basically two sections, section 117, half of 116, half of 118. I was told that those would be black seats, with 60 of them, those cushioned VIP ones, and the rest, the new black seats. I heard other people, one other person said that it's actually their entire section will be all of 117 and 116, which doesn't make sense to me, will be black. And then I've also heard some people say that over 3 years, over 3 years, all the seats will be replaced to black, and that would get people excited, obviously, as opposed to just 10 rows. But it's a start. It's a start for sure. I want to recognize Lucas's donation. Thank you, Lucas. So another donation from legendary Lucas Gates says, "I didn't state a new Jumbotron. I only stated it's plausible." Okay, that's fair. Definitely want to be accurate. So thank you, Lucas, for the donation. And thank you for clearing up that it was plausible. Well, I heard that it will be certainty. That's what I heard from a Canucks staff member today. So hopefully that person was not lying to me, but yes. So that's basically what I tweeted out tonight. And it got it's not about the engagement, but it's a part of it. 17 retweets, 7 quote tweets, 120 likes, 5 bookmarks, and 50,000 coming up on 50,000 views. I don't think I'm going to get in trouble. I better not, because I was told by the Canucks employee that they were told that they can share this kind of news because they're having season ticket holders go in today, tomorrow, and Friday to look at either confirming or relocating their seats. So obviously these you can't miss these. They're sticking out like a sore thumb, they're a sore seat because they're black. They look good, but yes, I'm sure they were getting a lot of questions about it. So, and what I've said on here I'm not the only one talking about it, so it kind of corroborates what others are saying. Rosie, if you're in here, yes, Rosario, I'm curious because I know you were there. You're on the case. I know that Rob, the hockey guy, likes going to both me and you for his info on this particular topic. Rosie, did you hear anything else? Rosie, I'm really curious. You're the one who showed me a post from Reddit that that the whole arena will be done in 3 years, which I've heard from another person. So that wouldn't surprise me. But Rosie, did you hear anything about it's only the first 10 rows, which is what I heard, versus an entire section, which is what someone else heard? I would love to know, Rosie, if you heard anything else. Another donation from legendary Lucas Gates. Thank you, Lucas, saying, I wouldn't be shocked if the staff member is correct. My connection upstairs has stated it was coming, a matter of when, not if. And I think you're referring to the Jumbotron as opposed to the seats. And that would make sense then. I think our stories jive. So I'll wait for Rosario to chime in because I'd love to know what he heard yesterday. And then I will show you 2 things that I bought. So not only did we do the season ticket holder seat relocation tonight, but we also got first dibs to the merchandise sale that they're having, their annual team store warehouse sale. And I bought a few things, which I'm going to tell you about in a sec. Just I want to say what Rosario said. I haven't heard much. I'm going to, you're going tomorrow. And we'll ask about it. Also, I'm curious to where that new entrance is right now. That's the medical room if they are moving it. Yes, I think they're revamping that whole area. But yes. So, sorry, Rosario. I thought you were there today. So I guess you're going tomorrow. All good. I will wait to hear for what you have to say. Okay, really quickly. Bought 2 new things here. So I'll show you. One of them is a hoodie that has the old Canucks logo on it, but I got it for $35, so I can't really complain. So here is one of my new tops. So probably not good for the podcast people, but that's okay. I don't think anyone listens to the podcast. So here's one hoodie, similar to what I've had before. Don't worry, I'm wearing pants, so I can stand up here. So there's one. There's one NHL badge there. NHL badge there. No, Fanatics. NHL badge on one side, Fanatics on the other. So here is one hoodie. And then the other one that I really like, actually, it is game worn. So apparently, according to the sticker that was inside my hoodie, but I took it off, apparently this is Anthony Beauvillier's game worn hoodie. Not game worn, because you don't wear hoodies in a game, but practice worn or media worn. I had a choice between this one or Vitaly Kravtsov, which I could have got because, but he wasn't here for that long, and I really like this one actually. So this is another hoodie that I have. It says Vancouver Canucks with the new logo on it. I really like this one actually. Some of you guys like this one. Maybe I'll just wear this for the rest of the stream now because, and then I'll just turn on the fan a little bit. Yeah. So these are the 2 hoodies I bought today. Thank you. You guys are saying the drip is, I guess that's a good thing. Looking good, Clay. Thank you. Thank you. Nice hoodie. Very, very good. Very, very good. Yeah. So I do like these. And then there was one remaining Lunar New Year rabbit hoodie that was on the rack. I got it for Gail because she's Year of the Rabbit. So that means she's either 12, 24, 36, or 48 or 60 years old. I'll let you guys guess which one that is. And I was able to buy Kayla a nice jacket as well. Couldn't really find anything for Sean or Jacob, but they weren't really begging for anything either. So that was really good. And then Rosie, you'll be able to see all the merch tomorrow. And then I think it's open to anyone starting this weekend as well. Rosie, you said you might be moving from your 319 tomorrow if I find something I like. Oh, yeah, but I never really got a chance to sit with you anyways, which was my loss, not so much yours. Another donation from legendary Lucas Gates. Very, very, very generous of Lucas. Being told as well, don't expect the skate to go away anytime soon. Being told it'll be here for roughly 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. That is good. That is good intel. Thank you for that, Lucas. Very good. And thank you once again for the donation. This is nice, but it's a little warm. I got to turn on my fan a bit more here. Oh, now you guys are going to hear it, but that's okay. I got to get this. It's rotating. I think you can kind of see it out of the corner of your eye, but I got to stop it. Wait, right there. Now it's blowing like crazy, but it'll keep me nice and cool. Last thing I will say is I'll talk quickly about my trip. I won't spend too much time on it now. You can, but I'll spend 5 minutes on it, and then I'll turn it over to you and your questions. 5 minutes max. So it was a great trip. When we talk about the actual bowling, I'm very proud of both my kids. So we were in Sault Ste. Marie in Western Ontario. Both BC did the best out of all 7 provinces that were represented. BC medaled in 16 out of the 23 events, so 16 out of 23, which is outstanding. And then 8 of those 16 were gold. So they had the most number of medals, and they had the most gold medals. You can get medals in boys team, girls team, overall, singles, doubles, and then team overall, if that makes sense. So Kayla walked away with 3 medals, 2 golds and a silver. Jacob had 5 medals, 1 gold and 4 silver. And the only one Jacob did, Kayla was so good for her first time at nationals, and Jacob was solid. He's the most popular bowler by far. Everyone knows him from social media. Everyone knows him from Pro Shop. But a lot of kids coming up, taking selfies with him, getting him to sign stuff. And Jacob won the silver medal in his senior boys. He lost to a really good bowler from Manitoba, very, very strong. And Jacob just came up short against him. The other bowler is older than Jacob, so Jacob did really well for his age, second in the entire country. And the other bowler actually is not on Team Canada, whereas Jacob is. Jacob also bowled 3 consecutive 279s. That's almost perfect. He had 2 games, in fact, where he had the first 9 frame strikes, and then in the 10th frame, he did not get a strike, which is pretty crazy. So he had 3 games in a row of 279, 279, 279. He was also on the news, which is kind of cool. If any of you saw on my Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, I posted a clip of them interviewing Jacob, and Jacob came across, as always, as very well-spoken and very likable. By the way, when I was on the way to Sault Ste. Marie via Toronto, I was stopped 4 times in the airport and 1 time on the airplane. So the security guys recognized me from YouTube. There was a couple fellow travelers who recognized me from YouTube, and then on the plane, even someone stopped me, and it was funny. It was kind of like a get over yourself moment, a GOY moment, get over yourself moment, where the kid stopped me as I was trying to find my seat. And he goes, "Hey, Canuck Clay, I'm a big fan." So that was kind of cool. We had a lot of fun with that. So that was our trip. Then after Sault Ste. Marie, we spent a couple days in Toronto, as many of you guys saw my posts, and in particular. Among the things in Toronto, we went to the Hockey Hall of Fame, and I want to show you this one video. It's 10 seconds. So if you saw on my channel, I posted 2 videos over the past 2 days. One of them was Jacob, my son, basically trying to decipher what all the trophies, what the trophies stood for, i.e. Hart, Most Valuable Player, Norris Trophy, Best Defenseman, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a 5-minute video. It's It's done in one take, and it's not scripted at all, pretty spontaneous. So if you haven't had a chance to watch that, it's basically Jacob trying to name every trophy. It was pretty funny. And then today I posted a video of me. Jacob edited it. It was actually, he did it a split shot of me doing the goalie simulator. I was horrible. I made only 3 saves out of 8 shots. Yeah, I lie saying, can't wait till Alvin offers you a PTO for that goalie debut. Yes, I stopped 3. I let in 5. And I'll just say this. It sounds like a bunch of excuse. It's hard because you're watching the screen, and then the screen has 5 little slots that pucks could come out of. And then a guy takes a slap shot, computer generated, and then you have to kind of, it's not perfect. You don't know which slot the puck is going to come out of. It's supposed to be the one where a stick is, but it's so hard to tell. And then the timing's off. So after the slap shot, you have to kind of wait a second, and then the puck comes and you have like half a second to react. So this is my best save. I'll show it to you. Many of you guys have seen it already, but I'll run it a couple times because I think it's pretty funny. But yes, this is indeed my best save of the 3 saves that I did make. So here we go. Just watch this. Watch this beauty. So if you can hear that, that's Kayla laughing or gasping. So let's watch that again. Watch that. Okay, once again, a great save. But then for this one, watch the guys behind me. Watch this guy first in the blue. Watch the way these guys react. And then watch him clapping for me. Just watch it one more time. Just don't focus on me. Focus on the 3 guys behind me. So if you want to watch the whole video and see how bad of a goalie I am, please do so. It's on my YouTube channel. And I had a lot of fun making that. And my son, Jacob, created that for me. We had a lot of fun doing so. Okay, let's get to all you guys now. Thank you. Let me do my mid-show sponsor read. Thank you for your patience. I'll do 10 to 15 minutes of questions. We'll do hockey and ask me anything. No. You know, we better do 10 minutes of hockey and then 5 minutes of ask me anything, and then we'll wrap it up just before 12 o'clock tonight. So let me do a Mitchell sponsor read, and then I'll get to all of your questions. Shout out to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training and weight loss. Check out their services at ptforum.com. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Thank you to Monkey Nine Brewing, my eternal sponsor. Thank you to Vessi Footwear. I think this link still works, so I should check tinyurl.com/VessiClay and receive a free pair of socks off of your next Vessi order. Also, a mid-show reminder to all you to subscribe, to like the video, to leave a donation, become a member, upgrade your membership, gift memberships, and if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. So let's get to Canucks playoff and hockey questions only. If you want to ask me about my trip, save that for another 10 minutes or so, but I'll get to your Canucks, hockey, and playoff related questions. You made more saves than Spencer Martin made all year. Oh, that's mean, but close. He did well in Abbotsford, though, for sure. Yeah, Dusty's been on Twitter for a while now, actually. But yes, he did take a break after his experience with the Toronto Marlies, for sure. Shannon's going to stick to being a greeter. No problem there. No problem there. I think you're a much better greeter than I am a hockey player, for sure. What team in this season's playoffs remind you of the 2011 Canucks? 2011 Canucks. Well, they made it to the finals, and they were the President's Trophy winning team, so that's where the Boston comparison breaks down. If you're talking about skill, they had skill all throughout the lineup. They had trouble winning on the road, but just in the final series. You know, maybe Fangirl, I'll have to wait until the end of this playoffs, and it might be Vegas. It might be Vegas because I don't think Florida is very similar to the Canucks, aside from having Luongo in the organization. So maybe it'll be Vegas, but that's kind of hard to say right now because no team has kind of really acted like the Canucks did. Shopping at Van City Original, love their hoodies. Yes, awesome. I did not know that Tatum and Kachuk went to the same high school. That is interesting. Great question. Before the World Championships, I did not think Silovs would be. I thought they would let him kind of mature in Abbotsford, but we might be seeing that matured. He might be speeding up that process right now, honestly, with his World Championship performance. And I wouldn't mind. It'll be one of Silovs or Martin. Then, if that's the case, then you don't have to go out and get a veteran for Vancouver. You can get him for Abbotsford. That might work. Dusty is my first cousin, former goalie and goalie coach. Why do they throw rats on the ice? This is a long... if someone can explain this better than I can, this is a long tradition. Does it have anything or nothing to do with Scott Mellenby, who used to play for Florida? Someone educate us in the chat. I hope Carolina is not good last year. Too much teasing them going for their second cup, but they won't anytime soon. Should have gotten JT Miller when they had the chance. Was Dubas' dismissal a long time coming? Seemed like this year was the last resort and betting the house. Lucas, great question. If you follow the timeline laid out by Shanahan, it was a decision that he made in the past week after Dubas did his media and after his agent allegedly went back with a counter offer. And Fillmore, yeah, I figured you were saying that Carolina's not good next year, not good last year. Reaction or breakdown video of the stanchion goal since it happened. Yeah, no, that's true. That's not a bad idea, fangirl. Although, do people like the nostalgic stuff, or are they kind of like, come on, let's move on? I don't know. Oh, by the way, one other thing that I did when I was in Toronto, I got to go to the SDPN studio. So I saw Steve Dangle, Adam Wild, Jesse Blake, which is pretty cool. Got to hang out with them for an hour. And then I also got to see Robert of SDPN, who's been on these streams before. Had a wonderful, nice lunch with him. So in the span of 3 hours and with an hour walk in the middle, I got to see 4 guys from SDPN, which is pretty cool. What are your thoughts on the NHL possibly shortening the preseason next year and extending the regular season to 84 games? How strong of a rumor is that? If that's the case, I would be for it for sure. Florida Panthers finished with 92. Canucks also finished 92 points. Hard to believe. That's crazy. And obviously one team made the playoffs and one team didn't. And Florida also coming off a President Trophy season as well. What rumor? Canucks trading their 11th to Chicago for their 19th. Blackhawks would also take a bad contract. I'd be fine with it. I'd be fine with the Canucks keeping their 11th. I'd be fine with them moving their 11th if it means helping them get out of their salary cap pickle. I'd be okay with that. If rumors were true, we moved to 11 to Chicago for 19 for cap saving. Which of Beauvillier, Besser, Garland, Myers would you want us to move? Of all those guys, I move Myers because it's the most. No, Besser's the most money. But with Myers, you could already find with Hronik, Bear, and someone like Wu. Yes, Scott Mellenby, who hit a rat in the locker room and played the game. He killed a rat and score hat tricks that night. Okay, there's some grammatical inconsistencies there, but I think, yes, it has something to do with Scott Mellenby for sure. I think it's trying to say who hit a rat in the locker room or killed a rat in the locker room. Basically, something about a rat in the locker room. There it is. Mellenby killed a rat in the locker room the year Florida went to the finals. There we go. Sell-off the Leafs and Flames. You mean on the ice? I'm not sure. I do think Toronto has to do something with their core for sure. I really hope we get in the playoffs next year. Talking about Vancouver trading the 11th pick for a player that would help them now. What player we'd like to see? Yeah, actually, Carol, great question. But as a couple people referred to, they were talking about not trading the 11th for a player that would help them because we have no salary room. It would be trading 11th and a player for a lower draft pick to help with the salary room. That's what we're talking about for sure. Are the Panthers somewhat like the 2012 Kings? Canucks were Cup favorites that year. Many put Boston Cup favorites. Yeah, and LA went from 8th overall. They took us out in the first round and won the Stanley Cup. I think that's a fair comparison. Leafs, Flames, Bruins, Rangers, Hurricanes, sell. Yeah, I want us to be in the playoffs for sure. In the 90s, there were a couple of years with an 84-game schedule. The Rat, October 8, prior to a game, a rat appeared in the Panthers locker room in the old Miami Arena. And then later that night, Mellenby scored 2 goals, leading Panthers goalie John Van Buesert to quip. He scored a rat trick. I think maybe former Panthers Scott Millenby jumped out, grabbed a stick and smacked the pesky road against the wall. There we go. Very good. Thank you, Jay. I'm guessing you looked that up and you didn't have that committed to memory. Either way, impressive. Do you think Canucks will keep the pick? I think ultimately they do, but I'd be fine if they traded it. Matthews gets traded this offseason. Maybe. The last 15 to 20 games this season were really good. Tocchet made the team not take any crap. That's fair. What's my gut feeling about the Arizona situation? Do you think they stay in the state or relocate to Salt Lake? I think they relocate. I don't know where, but I think they're good as gone. Any belief that Florida beat the odds to go to the finals? No, not when the playoffs started. I can't lie. I didn't think they would. Matthews to Blackhawks for Bedard. I don't know if I do that if I'm Chicago. Blowing it up in Boston? Yeah, I don't know. They do have a bunch of free agents. If they trade the pick, not another OEL type move. You like it if they trade the pick. Yes, for sure. No problem, Coach Rob. Yes, I know you're doing the track. Thanks for sending me your video. Keep up the good work there. Cup winner Thomas. Cup winner Quick. Current Bob. Start trade cut. Man, when you think of contracts and stuff, I start Thomas, I trade Quick, and I cut Bob. Can't believe I picked Thomas. Yes, on the way to Toronto, I watched Missing. On the way back, I watched a Weird Al Yankovic movie. I'm taking Florida in 6. They just look so strong right now, Ricky. I did see Boudreaux on Raw, and then I saw the digital short where he gave a pep talk to KO and Sami Zayn. That was pretty funny. If the Coyotes relocate, it'll be a lame duck season at Mullet. Then they're out of there in a year. Vans 11 pick JT Miller and maybe Brock for Austin Matthews. I don't think that's enough. I wonder Boston feels by seeing the Panthers in the final after choking. Yep. I'm sure they don't feel that good. Okay, friends, let's transition now to 5 minutes of Ask Me Anything before I wind up. So 5 minutes of Ask Me Anything. We'll try and get out of the Canucks and hockey-related questions and move into Ask Me Anything. It could be about the trip. It could be about anything else. 5 minutes of Ask Me Anything. And good night, Rob, too. And good night, Average Dude, as well. Yeah, you have school tomorrow. If you drive to the U.S., do you need a Canadian passport? Not if you have Nexus. Not if you have Nexus, which serves as your passport. Highlight of my trip, definitely seeing my kids win medals. I'm always love seeing my kids do well. Denver Nuggets in the finals. Do you want to see them win it all? I truly have no preference, Lucas. I enjoy basketball. I understand basketball. I play basketball, but I truly don't have a preference for a winner. I still want Boston to somehow beat Miami. I'm not sure if that's going to happen. How sushi in Toronto? Believe it or not, we did not eat sushi in Toronto, but we did eat it in Sault Ste. Marie. There was a restaurant that was very close to our hotel that looked crappy from the outside, but the food was actually pretty good. It wasn't amazing. I would say it's middle of the road Vancouver sushi, but it was good enough for us. And as Jacob said, the restaurant was just like me, ugly on the outside, but really nice on the inside. That's what Jacob said. Alfred, in Toronto, we stayed in Mississauga near the airport because there's a Sandman there. We got a good rate, but both days we Ubered into town and hung around downtown Toronto. We saw Kim's Convenience, St. Lawrence Market, CN Tower, and Cathedral, Eaton Center. So we saw a lot of things actually for the 2 days that we were there, and Hockey Hall of Fame, of course. Have I tried Global? It's like Worldle, except no clue as to what country until you guess shows the globe. No, I haven't tried that one yet. Interesting. Did I check out Real Sports? No, I did not check out Real Sports. What is that? If you change seats at the arena to nicer seats, then you'll not be close to the wheelchair section. Yeah, so we ended up not changing seats, Shannon. We kept our 319s, so we were still in the wheelchair section or close to it. And then we kept our other ones that in the lower bowl as well. And Fillmore, yes, it has been a month. Exactly a month. Very good. All right, friends, last 2 minutes. Any last questions? Any last questions? You guys have been very generous tonight. New members, a lot of donations. If I had a family member that had to live with you, if you had a family member that had to live with you but is allergic to dogs, what would you do? Oh, you meaning, well, JS, the way you worded it, if I had a family member that had to live with you but is allergic to dogs, but if they had to live with us, then we would give Mickey to a relative, I guess. I like if I had no choice about the family member, and I don't think it's realistic just to keep Mickey or the family member holed up in its own room. Real Sports, the Toronto version of Canucks Team Store. Thank you. Mickey was very excited to see us, fangirl. Sean was telling, because Sean was the only one who stayed home because he had to work. Sean was saying that he was getting kind of like attachment issues. Every time Sean would go out, he would follow him to the door and sit by the door. So cute and kind of whimper a little bit. So when me, Gail, Jacob, and Kayla all walked in the door last night, he was very, very excited and yelping like crazy, and then very happy. And then today back to his normal lazy self. What are your plans for next week? How many times are you going to be streaming this week? So this week, I probably won't stream tomorrow. I have a feeling tomorrow I'm going to crash pretty early just to get used to the time change. So I doubt I'm going to stream tomorrow. And then I will likely, I don't know actually, what's going to happen next. I can see myself doing Sunday, Monday, and one more next week. Well, 31st will be my member stream because it's the last Wednesday of the month. So maybe Sunday, Monday, Wednesday next week. But I don't know for sure. UFC or Whitecaps on June 10. I'll be at the latter. Nice. I'm not interested in either, quite frankly. I know a lot of people are interested in UFC. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Tina Turner, but I respected her music for sure. What if I did have a choice? Hypothetically, I would not take in the family member. Well, it sounds so bad for me to say that. It really depends on who it is and what and why they have to stay with us. But I would do my best to find them another place to stay so then Mickey could stay with us for sure. Kim's Convenience is a real store. It is a real store. In fact, I'll show you a picture of it right now. But yes, it is a real store. I'm sure the inside of what you see on the show isn't actually the place. But definitely, like what I'm saying, that part's a set, but it's at an actual store, and we took a picture outside of it, and I can show you right now. So here it is. All right, let me show you this. And then I captioned this, Jung, Janet, Amma, and Appa. So there we are outside of the real Kim's Convenience. We did not go inside, but yes, Kim's Convenience is a real store on Queen Street. Yeah, there we go. Super Mario 1, 2, or 3. Don't care. Didn't play any of them. I only played Super Mario as the original, so I guess it's the one. I hope you're going to stream on June 5th. Yes, I know that's your birthday. Without knowing what day of the week it is, Monday, June 5th, there'll at least be Canucks after dark. But I don't know for sure, Shannon. But if I was 50-50 now, that knowing that that's your birthday, then of course I'll lean towards streaming for sure. If I were to go back to Toronto, I would want to know where the set of Degrassi is. That's fair. Mario Brothers 2 is underrated gem. I'll take your word for it. New Indiana Jones movie looks amazing. I'll take your word for it. Is it for sure no stream tomorrow? JS, I'm going to see how I'm feeling after work tomorrow. Because, because I was at the arena all night tonight and I knew I was going to stream tonight. It's fine, but we'll see. I got a pretty full work day tomorrow, but not a lot to do after work. So it could go either way. I could be massively energized or I could be very tired. So hopefully I'll make a decision by dinner time for sure. Okay, friends, I'm going to wrap it up there. You guys were so awesome tonight. I want to give thanks to my sponsors, Van City Express Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss. I want to thank the moderators, wasn't too busy tonight, which is good. Want to thank everyone who subscribed and who liked the video, and especially everyone who donated. I know Alfred had a big donation. Lucas had multiple donations tonight, and then Carol has gifted 5 memberships. So that's right. Alfred had the big donation of $30. Lucas had 5 donations, adding up to $30, and then Carol basically gave a $25 donation in gifting 5 memberships. So very, very generous. Thanks to all of you for your generosity. If you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And JS says, would you consider a third period stream? We'll see. We'll see. If it's close game, maybe I will. But this sounds so bad. It's a lot of work to move everything over to my TV room. Of course you guys are worth it, but I just don't want to promise anything just in case I'm feeling really lazy tomorrow and I really want to listen to my body and stay healthy. So I will see. I'll definitely take that into consideration, JS, a third period stream tomorrow night. But then I'd basically have to be ready to go by 7. So I'll see. Let's put it that way. I will see. And thank you, Shannon, for the greetings from Charlie as well. Okay, friends, you guys are awesome. Thanks for sticking with me tonight. Great to be back. I hope it was great on your side to have me back. And just stay tuned. I'll post on my community channel tomorrow if I will indeed be streaming tomorrow night or not. In the meantime, as always, subscribe, like the video, leave a donation, gift a membership, become a member, or upgrade your membership. And the biggest thing is to subscribe so you can get my videos every single day. Hopefully you get to more regular videos now that I'm back in the town and back into a regular routine. Okay, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. By the way, did you know that when you die, when we pass away, there is one part of the body that is the last part of the body to stop working. So when you die, what is the last part of your body to stop working? It's your pupils, because they dilate. They dilate. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.